What's up, tribe? Y'all, let me tell y'all something. Y'all better know that I love the tribe. Y'all better know that I love the tribe. Come on in. Come on in. Y'all better know that I love the tribe, okay? And let me share this out, and we're going to get started. We got two things to talk about tonight. Both stories involve alleged mistresses. Both stories involve alleged mistresses. We're going to start with Chris and Candice and that whole situation. And then we're going to go on over to Tasha K and Ernesto Shirley Strawberry. Listen, y'all, my brain hurt. Like, I need to get off of here and just go to bed. My brain hurts listening to this shit that I listened to tonight. I'm just going to tell y'all the truth. Let me share this out so everybody know we here, and then we're going to go ahead and get started. So, for those who do not know, quickly, because I'm not getting ready to sit here and redo the whole thing. Going to retell the whole story. But very quickly, hold on, y'all. Sorry. So, Candice, we know a couple of weeks ago, and both of these stories involve Tasha K. So we know a couple of weeks ago, Candice Dillard Bassett from the Real Housewives of Potomac, her husband Chris, allegedly, Chris was cheating on Candice, and the mistress went to Tasha K to tell her story, right? Immediately, people were able to poke holes in her story. Is it just your poll that's blank? What's wrong? Oh, did I not put anything in the poll? Child, I probably was so busy. I'm sorry, probably rushing. I close out the poll. My bad. Let me close out the poll. Almost immediately we were able to poke holes in the story. Okay. So last week, the alleged mistress. Okay, I'll delete it, you guys. My bad. So last week, the alleged mistress, the poll is not blank. Okay, listen, I'll delete it. I don't know what's going on with the poll, but I'll delete it. No problems. No worries. Thank you, Drea. Living life. She said, for all your hard work, we appreciate you. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. So my girl Kamisha reviews. Now y'all know I rocks with Kamisha. I'm going to put the link in the chat right now so y'all can go catch her interview. My girl Kamisha reviews got an interview with Ayana. Child, she got an interview with Miss Ayana. Miss Ayana. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to post it in the link. This is the link to the interview. I'm posting it now, so you guys can go listen to the whole interview over there. So she wanted to clear the record because today it's a StreamYard issue. Okay. Because today she posted a bunch of cryptic messages on her Instagram, the mistress, basically saying she did have an affair with Chris. Okay. I feel like I'm all over the place. So let me rewind. Last week she posted a message saying, it's not true. I never had an affair with Chris. I never slept with him. And I'm sorry for anybody that I hurt. I did a video on it, right? Well, today she posts a bunch of other messages saying the exact opposite, saying, nope, I lied. I did have an affair with Chris, but Giselle didn't have anything to do with it because people were trying to say that Giselle had something to do with it. So let me read you guys what she said. Y'all think I give a fuck. I was quiet after I said I lied. I left it alone. But when I had people messaging me and other bloggers saying that I said Giselle told me, now you're hearing it from the horse's mouth. I'm sorry, the pig's mouth, the ugly beast's mouth, the ghetto mouth. He wouldn't want her mouth. What do you have to say? And how about this? If I'm such a liar, when at Bravo Leader talked to Chris, Why did he ask her, is there a sex tape if nothing happened? She brings that up on the interview tonight, so I'm gonna talk about that. When Oprah said, you get a car and you get a car, I'm not rich like Oprah. Well, you get to see Chris Bassett's eggplant and you get to see it. I see I have to actually show everything. Okay, because again, y'all call me everything but a child of God. Okay, I'll show y'all everything and play the voice recordings. I'd rather show everything, voice recordings and pictures of us both. I won't allow an innocent person to get caught up in a foolishness. Happy birthday, Dev. Y'all, it's Dev's birthday. Everybody drop in the chat. Y'all say happy birthday to my brother Dev. Y'all say happy birthday to Dev. Y'all, listen. So my girl Kamisha, she got the exclusive. Y'all got the interview. I gave y'all the link, and I'll put the link again. And y'all, let me tell y'all something. Now, if you remember her original interview with Tasha K, first of all, she was drunk as hell. She was intoxicated, and she does admit that she got drunk and she went to Tasha K and she was being messy. She allegedly sent Tasha K pictures of Chris's private areas, right? I guess that was a way to prove it was Chris, but there was no face in the picture. And then she allegedly sent paperwork. Now, she didn't allegedly. She sent paperwork to Tasha K she said she was pregnant and then she wasn't pregnant anymore. And she sent the paperwork to show that she had the procedure done. The very next day, people were able to find that paperwork. If you Google abortion paperwork, it was the first thing that popped up. Right, Deb. Got Deb in trouble. Y'all. He ain't supposed to be working. Oh, aren't you supposed? He's supposed to be at work, and he over here with us. That's okay, Pam. He had to dip his head in. To see what's up. Don't get in trouble, Deb. Don't get in trouble, brother. So, literally, all you had to do was type in. Chef Don showed us that. He showed how easy it is. That all you had to do was type in the word paperwork, and literally what she gave Tasha K was the first thing to pop up. Like, she didn't even scroll down, y'all. She didn't even try to like look underneath and scroll down. It literally was the first thing that popped up. So honestly, most of us didn't believe her from the beginning because it was so easy to dispel a lot of what she had to say. So then she went, the alleged mistress, then she went and did an interview with another blogger by the name of Bravalita. That's what she's talking about. Where in that interview, in my opinion, she contradicted herself with some of the stuff she said to Tasha K. And again, we talked about that as well. So let me give y'all an example of one of the things she said that I thought was interesting. She said that when her and Chris met up at a hotel, she said that the name, she said that there won't be any records of the hotel because we stayed under the name Mary Poppins. Y'all, the only hotel that you can check in and stay under the name Mary Poppins is a hotel that rents their room by the hour. Okay? Please understand, there is no reputable hotel that you can stay in because you have to show ID. Even if you book it on a third-party website, hotels.com, Expedia, whatever, once you get there, you have to show ID to actually get a key to the room. Now, I ain't about to sit here and say that there's no places in America that you can get a hotel room under a fake name. What I'm going to say is it's going to be a pay by the hour type situation. Then she talked about the fact that this whole affair started in February, which I'm saying that for a reason. She said the whole thing started in February because when Tasha K did the math based on when she claimed was the first time her and Chris had sex to when she had her procedure done, as far as how far along she was with her with her pregnancy and the paperwork. Tasha K was like, oh my gosh, this lines up perfectly. Which to me was another red alert, because even though I've never been pregnant, I know plenty of people who have. And most people, your body just isn't a perfect specimen, right? Yes, you might be like, oh, I got pregnant on Christmas Eve. Oh, I got pregnant on Valentine's Day. But there is no perfect specimen where it's going to line up perfectly like that. So the fact that your dates lined up like so perfectly, I was like, okay, I'm a little iffy with that too. Because Tasha K, I think, if I remember correctly, I think Tasha K asked her, could somebody else be the father or something like that. I don't know. So I'm listening to this woman tonight, right? Now she claims that, and don't quote me on the Mary Poppins, y'all. I think she said Mary Poppins. She might have said another fictional character's name, but she didn't. She used a fake name like Mary Poppins. I might be, like I said, I might. Don't quote me on that. Don't be like, really, B? She say Mary Poppins. She said Cinderella. I don't know, but it was one of them type names that you could be like, what? Like, like who? What? Okay, so don't quote me on that, y'all. But so when she came out and was like, I lied, I was like, okay, fine. She's clearing the air. She lied, because I personally wasn't thinking about it. I figured she was lying, and I moved on with my whole world. So her coming out today saying all the things that she said today, I was like, where is this coming from? So she explained where it was coming from. She said that a blogger reached out to her in her inbox and asked, did Robin and Giselle have anything, or did Giselle have anything to do with it? Because, people was trying to say Giselle was a part of it or whatever. She said, yeah, she said Giselle did have something to do with it, but she was like, I misspoke. She said, I immediately came back and said, didn't have anything, because I realized that it was a typo. I didn't mean to say did. I meant to say didn't. But the blogger ran with the story, and so it turned into a whole other thing. And I didn't want Giselle to be getting blamed for something she did not do. Okay, cool. But girl, now you done went back on your whole story, and now you're saying that you did have an affair with Chris, that y'all slept together one time. Now, let me say this. And again, I ain't gonna tell y'all everything, because I want y'all to go give my girl Kamisha a click in the view. Please go. Thank you, Tracy. Tracy done dropped the link. I dropped the link. Y'all go give Kamisha a click in the view. But I do want to just point out some highlights, and then we're gonna head on over to Tasha K's house, okay? First of all, she start off the interview by saying, yes, she said, well, first of all, I lied about the abortion. Now, Kamisha, you my girl. But baby, I needed more information. Like, you just let that slide by. She was like, yeah, I lied about that. What? I need some more information about that. What you mean you lied? Why did you lie? What made you lie? You went through the trouble of printing out paperwork or copying and pasting paperwork, and you sent it to Tasha K. Not only did you print out or copy or whatever you did, and you sent that information to Tasha K, you doubled down on it when you did the second interview with Bravalita, because I listened to that damn interview, and Bravalita asked you about it, and you said, well, people can believe what they want to believe, but I know what happened. And she was like, well, yeah, but people are saying that because it was from Oklahoma, and it was from a clinic that's not even open anymore. Like, it was so crazy, all of the discrepancies with that paperwork, right? That fake paperwork. And Bravalita even said, well, people are saying this, this, and this. And she was like, well, then they need to take that up with the doctor, because that's the information that the doctor gave me. Those are the papers that the doctor gave me. They were like, but you went all the way to Oklahoma to have this done? You live in New Jersey, girl. Like, it was so crazy how many holes that people were able to point. And the fact that she started off and was like, yeah, I lied about that. Girl, what? I need more information, ma'am. What you mean you lied? Like, we're not just going to let that slide by like you ain't just say what you just said. That is a serious thing. That you came down here, and not only did you lie when you sent the paperwork to Tasha K, but you doubled down on it when you were confronted with the lie with a whole separate blogger. That's number one. Number two, You said, okay, I lied. Because she said that her and Chris had slept together multiple times in these other interviews. But tonight she was like, okay, I lied. Me and Chris only slept together one time because the dick was trash. Wait a minute. So you went from multiple times, and yes, I got pregnant, to one time, and oh yeah, the D was trash, and that's why I never went back. But then later on in the interview, you said, well, I was stupid for going to Tasha K. Had I not gone to Tasha K, me and him would still be talking to this day. So if the D was trash, why you worried about the fact that you messed up the situation with Chris? Because you were like, me going to Tasha K messed it up. Because Kamisha asked her point blank. Kamisha said, so do you think if you had never gone to Tasha K, would you and Chris still be talking? And she was like, oh yeah, we would still be talking. But I thought you said that the D was trash. Why do you want to still do? Y'all, confusion. But again, I caught her in another lie because when she did her interview with Bravo Lita, I need to, and that she's on Instagram. Bravo Lita is on Instagram. Let me get the right name so y'all can find it for yourself. But when she did the interview with Bravo Lita, again, Bravo Lita asked her, when was the last time you talked to Chris? She said 5 minutes ago. But tonight with Kamisha, she said the last time she talked to Chris was before she did the Tasha K interview. She said she hasn't talked to Chris since she did the Tasha K interview, that he won't talk to her. But when you talk to Bravo Lita, which was after the Tasha K interview, she said, well, when was the last time you talked to Chris? And she said 5 minutes ago, you want to see? And she was like holding up her phone like she was showing where he had called her. Girl. And this is one of them things where you have to say, are you lying then or are you lying now? Oh, shout out. Thank you, Cross Country Cruiser. You are such a sweetheart. Cross Country Cruiser blessed Dad for his birthday. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And if y'all want to bless Dad for his birthday, Pam, how can they bless Dad for his birthday? Y'all know Dad, that's my brother. That's, if y'all don't know, that's Pam's honey bunny. And that's my brother. He ain't gonna do nothing but buy y'all daughter something with it. He ain't even gonna do nothing for himself. He gonna spoil that little girl. Child, Sharice, you say your hair hurts. That's what I'm telling y'all. I've been working hard for y'all tonight. Because if you think this one hurt your head, wait till I get to the Tasha K interview. Because, baby, that one really hurt my head, okay? Now, I don't know if Pam want to come up or not. But, Pam, you have the link if you want to come up when we get to Tasha K. I'm only going to give this thing about 10 more minutes. We're about to get there in about 10 more minutes. But, baby, I'm listening to this, and I was like, now, listen. Kamisha, like I said, that's my girl, and I want y'all to go give her a click in the view because she did the work. And she got the interview, and you know the interview is longer. I'm just giving y'all a couple of the highlights just to show this woman, in my opinion, that's right. You better send it to the wife. Yeah, send it to the wife. In my opinion, this woman is still lying. Because now I have to ask the question, girl, were you lying then or were you lying now? And then Kamisha asked her, well, what about Candice? Like, how do you feel about Candice? And she was like, I don't give a F about Candice. I don't give a F about Candice. I ain't make no vows. I didn't take no vows. I don't give a F about Candice. Let me look at my notes because this is about all she about to get from me. Hold on. Let me make sure I got all my notes out, honey, because I took notes. Y'all know I took notes. Hold on. Said she never. Oh, did she say she never watched the show? I don't believe that either. Only hooked her one time. Oh, she said that she lost her job after the Tasha K interview. She said that because so many people called, they found out who she was, they found out where she were, and that they called her boss, and her boss had to fire her. And I do feel bad about that. I don't think, like, do I like the fact that she came out here and lied or whatever? But I mean, I do feel bad that she lost her job. I wasn't one of the people that called though. I'm not that vested. So she's saying that that's why she lied. She said that she came out last week and said that it was all a lie because she found a new job and she didn't want to jeopardize her new job. So she figured if she would tell everybody that it was all a lie, that basically everybody would leave her alone and move on. So that's why she said she said it was a lie, because she had to get a new job. Don't care about Candice. Child, did she say, okay, here go the funny part. Here go the funny part, y'all. So she said that she stuck to her story about how her and Chris met. She said her and Chris met because she was on Instagram frying chicken, and that he reached out to her saying, that her chicken looked good, blah, 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 blah. And so Kamisha was like, well, are you cracking? Where you been, boo? Hey, where have you been? Hope you are well, babe. So Kamisha was like, oh, so are you a cook? Like, you a chef? Because I know Chris's husband is a chef. She said, no, I just know how to cook chicken. I'm just good at frying chicken. She said, yeah, you know Keith Lee? Kamisha was like, yeah, I know Keith Lee. She said, y'all reached out to him, asking him to come to New Jersey to cook for him. Girl, you just said you're not a chef. You just like that you can fry chicken. But you reached out to Keith Lee for him to come to your house to eat some of your chicken. I mean, okay then, girl. Okay. All right. Let me see what else is in my notes, child, before we going down the road. Okay. Okay, I wrote that. I said that part. Then she said that her and Chris started talking in January, but when she was on her interview with Bravo Leader, she said February. Again, just little things I picked up on. Now here's the part that I thought was interesting. I hope you're doing good too. Been busy and missed you. Had to say hi. Thank you. I'm glad you came by. Yeah, I missed seeing you. I'm glad you're here. Glad you came by. So this is the thing. She said that she does have video. She says she has recordings of she has recordings of her and Chris on FaceTime, basically having phone sex. That's what she said. She said, but I'm not going to release it because it shows me and him. Like, me and him are in the video. And so I ain't going to show it, and I don't have to prove nothing. And so Kamisha was like, well, can you just play a little bit of the audio? Like, can we just hear it? And she was like, no, because, of course, she made up some reason why she couldn't do it. Girl, at this point, I don't even know if I would believe none of that. I'd be like, I don't even know. I don't even know. I just feel like this. Now, I know men are stupid. Let's be clear. And I don't give men a whole lot of credit. Well, people are stupid. But when you have an affair, I'm not going to sit here and say what a man will or won't do. I ain't about to say what a man will or won't do. But it seems to me that I don't think he would be dumb enough to show his face in a video with you, knowing that his wife is on this television show. I've never put past what somebody won't do, because child, I've seen people do some stupid stuff. Let's be clear. So I ain't about to sit here and say what he wouldn't. I ain't gonna be on the shadow of a doubt say he wouldn't do it. I ain't about to say that. However, I am gonna say that I find it stupid that and I'm gonna say this too. If you do have this video of you and Chris having FaceTime sex, why wouldn't you have sent a screenshot from that video to Tasha K? Because allegedly, the only pictures that you sent Tasha K of his privates, there was no face. And remember, I told y'all she posted that. I mean, she covered up the private stuff, but she posted that picture on her website, on her app, where you could see that it was a picture of a man's privates, but there's no face. So it seems to me, if you have a video of this man doing things to himself on FaceTime, you don't have his face. Like, if I were trying to expose somebody, that's the kind of picture I would have sent. I mean, if you didn't send the picture allegedly of the man privates, why wouldn't you send a picture of a full body? I'm just saying. And even if it's on a FaceTime, you can crop yourself out of that picture. Y'all done FaceTime and took pictures of FaceTime. You can crop yourself out. You don't have to be in the FaceTime. mean, call me crazy, y'all. I mean, I ain't trying to think too deep into this, but I'm just saying. Anyway, y'all. That's all I got. Now, y'all go on over there and y'all give Kamisha a click of the view so y'all can get you know, all of the, you know, all the rest of it. Cause I mean, child, she talked about people threatening to come to her job. Y'all go over there and listen to it. Y'all gotta go over there and listen to it. Okay. Now, let me cleanse my palate. We're gonna switch gears now. We about to switch gears. We got to pack up. We're about to go from Kamisha's house. We're about to head on down the road to the wine cellar. Okay. We're about to head. I should have poured me a drink, but I'm gonna just drink this sweet tea for now. I should have poured me because baby, it's been that kind of night. Okay, the liquor. Okay, I needed the liquor. Okay. She had 3 weeks to come up with this lie. Right, you would think she would have came up with a better one. You heard enough, Cherie. Cherie said she heard enough. Oh, well, baby. They ain't got nothing on what we about to talk about. And I will drop the link. So we're going to get through this. And I will drop the link for a few minutes for y'all to, if y'all want to comment on either video, okay? Listen. So Ernesto, Shirley Strawberry, the alleged mistress Sonia, have been down up and through these YouTube streets for the last couple of months since the phone calls from prison started dropping phone calls on Ernesto and Shirley Strawberry. Now, this whole story blew up when everybody figured out that Ernesto was Shirley Strawberry's husband during his bond hearing that went viral, right? And from that point on, people have been kind of following it. I did a couple of videos on it, but my girl Pam has been on the case. She done pulled the court documents. She done went through the tape. She done connected stuff that they said on the tapes to the court documents. She been doing her whole, you know, detective big one, okay, on the whole Ernesto situation. And I'm gonna give y'all the highlights, and I'm sure if I say something wrong, Pam gonna tell me because she in the cloud, she here. So I'm sure if I say it wrong, she gonna correct me, okay? But if you want to break a play-by-play breakdown, y'all gotta go over to Pam's house, and y'all gotta Pam. If you haven't already, you might need to do a playlist of just all your Ernesto stuff because it's a play-by-play. She done broke it down. Now, Ernesto was arrested back in July of not last year. Was it last? Yeah, I guess last year. July of not this July. Oh, here she come right here. Here she come. It's my friend Pam.
Hey, everybody.
Lord. Hey, Pam.
Girl.
This kind of night that I'm having, y'all. Pam, don't be laughing at me. It's the kind of night that I'm having. These people.
Yeah, just you can say hi. You can say hi to Auntie Danielle, but don't say her name, okay? Say hi, Auntie.
Hi, Auntie.
Okay.
Hey, Danielle.
She got to put your whole government name on here.
I know, right? And she'll say, you know, she be clear with it too. Hey, Villanova, what's up, boo? You know, she be loud and proud with it too. So look, y'all, and like I said, Pam gonna get me together if I say this wrong. So Ernesto, when his calls first dropped, right? We had the Shirley Strawberry stuff, child. We didn't talked about that. But then we started having these calls with a woman by the name of Sonia. Now listen, Pam, the woman, the first call we heard from the man was him talking about the lingerie that she sent him and how good she looked in the lingerie and how he was the first person to touch her new breasts. And she was like, yeah, you know, it was a good investment and how he can't wait to touch him again. Like, this was the first phone call we heard between the two of them. And it was very evident that they was, in relation, right? Since then, we have had more phone calls between Ernesto and Sonia than we have had between Ernesto and Shirley. So Sonia has Sonia, decided that I guess she wanted to set the record straight and reach out to Tasha K to do an interview. Sonia, girl, let me tell you something. You got played, ma'am. Sonia, let me tell you why Sonia got played. Let me start at the beginning and let me work my way back about how Miss Sonia got played. Because, girl, look. You ain't even in the thumb. Well, yes, you are. I'm lying. Girl, look at where you are in the thumbnail of your own video. You have Sonia, Ernesto, Shirley, and Steve. Girl, you ain't even center of your own video. And then it says Mistress, Sonia Durham. And this is what this says. Explosive. Steve Harvey's co-host, Shirley Strawberry's husband, Ernesto's alleged mistress tells all. Girl, you're not even in the title. Your name ain't even in the title. You on the thumbnail, but your name not even in the title of the video, girl.
Well, you probably didn't notice her because she looks so different, because now we know that it's a lot of filters that go on these internet streets. Because when I first looked at that thumbnail, I was like, who the hell is that? And then I was like, oh my, oh my, okay. I got to step my filter game up.
Okay. I said, so before we get too deep into this, I'm going to just play a little bit. I'm just going to give him a little bit, Pam. I'm just going to give him a little bit of phone calls from jail. Now, phone calls from jail is okay with us playing a little bit of video. So I'm going to play a little bit. I ain't going to play a lot because I don't need to play a lot. Y'all going to hear exactly, and y'all going to know that come on in, everybody. Come on in. Let's listen to a little bit of phone calls from prison. Phone calls from prison, child. Let's listen to a little bit of it. And there's a couple of good, juicy ones, but this one, I just, not on filter, Sonia only records or takes photos in a certain light. Ooh. Not her hairdo said 1990. Oh, y'all cutting up now. Pam, they cutting up. Get them. Get them, Pam, get them. Not the hairdo
I should have shared this platform. I should let everybody know I was over here. One minute.
All right,
somebody go over there on my page. Hold on, Chris. Really be. Somebody go over there on my page, please, under my post.
Confirm. We send the email in.
Hold on.
Yeah, and then I think because how this situation came about.
Sorry. Okay, my bad. Go ahead. What'd you say, Pam?
I said I was just telling somebody to go over there in that post that I did, because I was going to come on tomorrow to do my fact checking and just put like the link. If somebody could put the link in the chat, and then I'll pin it to the chat. Please, anybody.
Thank you. Somebody, thank you. So there's a little bit of the this one of the phone calls, and I'm doing this for a reason, because baby, y'all won't believe me when I say it.
That we were friends, and I just didn't really have, because it was like I was able to stop myself because I would just avoid you, and I would just feel myself falling and getting all emotionally caught up. I would just like avoid you and be like, oh, I'm good now, I'm good, as long as I don't really see him, because he's talking every day. So as long as I don't see him, I'm good. I can keep the distance, emotional distance from him, you know what I'm saying? Because he got that situation. So it was like, don't like get off. Remember that conversation we had on the bus? And I was like, we cannot, because this shit is just, not free agent. So now, my speaking clear for you get what I'm saying, right? You get what I'm saying, right?
No, because you keep talking in riddles, like you say I talk. I'm trying to get this to say it.
Okay, so bluntly said, I'm open. I don't like that shit. I don't like that. It's
Well, I'm
very
trying to
scary.
say, what shit you talking about you don't want? If you keep talking in riddles, just say what you got to say.
I mean, I'm saying it. I just thought I said it.
Okay, what shit you don't want? That's what I'm
I'm
trying to say.
terrified. I'm terrified. I've never been here before. I've always, since I was 17, 18 years old, have been able to not be here. And I'm here. And it's very nervous. Very nervous. It's uncomfortable because I've never, ever, ever, like, always had my guard up in every relationship I've ever dealt with anybody.
You've been
And I'm saying to you, I've been in relationships, but I've always had my guard up. I've never, ever, whenever I had to break up with somebody or they broke up with me, I was just never faded. I was just next, on to the next situation. It was just nothing to me.
Okay,
you know?
so what's the problem here?
So, man, I feel like, I mean, like how when I was fucking 17, I didn't know no better, and I slipped up and, you know, openly liked somebody, and it's just
You had a baby.
scary. No, had my guard up with that motherfucker. He broke up before I even had the baby. That's what's done with his ass. And I date people, they always say I don't have any feelings and I'm cold, right? Because I'm able to just like bounce and not cry about it, not think about it, not mourn it, just be like, bye. Don't call me, I won't call you, we're good. I'm not mad. He cheated, whatever he did, you know what I'm saying? We're good, you know?
Right.
Because I knew me and I always thought to have somebody's feelings is a lot of responsibility.
Okay.
You know, if you have the power,
I need you to come on with this. I need you to come on. Come on now.
If you have the power to emotionally affect me, I'm not comfortable with that because I've never, ever.
But I ain't got no power over you. So
Ernest.
Yeah, what I'm saying, I ain't got no power with you. I ain't got no power. I just keep it real. That's it.
Listen.
What you think?
It's yeah. You have the ability to affect me emotionally. Is what I'm saying.
I don't know how. I just keep it
if
real.
We stop talking, listen. If we stop talking tomorrow, I will be very hurt. I will be very pressed. I will be like, I don't want to eat. I don't want to go to work. That type of shit. That's not me. I don't do that.
Okay, well, guess what? That ain't gonna happen because guess what? I'm being like for a long time. Get ready for that shit. So certain shit. No, you just want to stay down because you beat around the bitch up and come on with mine. See,
I'm not beating my voice. I'm saying it like it's terrifying.
But it ain't terrifying. It's okay. It's okay to have somebody. I ain't gonna let you down. You can believe that shit. I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you. I know how to.
If you can do that, I will be at ease. Because the thing of it is, if you're always honest and respectful, I can deal with you.
Yeah,
because when I don't know.
Honest and respectful. This man is sitting in jail right now. What do you mean honest and respectful, man?
Or I get surprised on some shit where it's gonna be a problem.
No, all you gotta do is ask me. I'm gonna tell you. I don't give a damn how rough it is, because it ain't that, man. Motherfuckers ain't dead, their legs ain't getting cut off, you ain't blind. That's bad. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, some basic life shit, that ain't nothing. It's gonna be yes or no, fuck it. That's
right.
We passed that trying to scheme a scam, trying to figure out if you're gonna keep these folks on your side, if you tell the truth or not. I passed that shit. If you're with it, you ain't. That's basically it. That's the only way you're gonna be cut and dry. So you ain't gotta worry about that shit. So the answer that you asked me 2 weeks ago, well, I can't be doing all the bread. Where your family at? What you got? No,
No, I don't. No. I didn't say that. I didn't say I can't be. I said, why am I? Why aren't they helping me? Why are they leaving me for dead? That's what I was saying. Not saying I don't want the pressure. I don't mind the pressure. I'm just saying you got a host of other people.
Yeah, but they're not leaving me for dead. I'm a loner, and I guess you didn't listen. You didn't listen to what I was saying.
You're a loner, but you still I don't fuck with my people every day.
I got 5 dedicated people that is Yeah, I don't really do business for everybody because they lie, they steal, they cheat, they for themselves. Even family members. I don't do all that. They laugh in your face,
Mm-hmm.
gig in your face. I can't. That part I can't handle, and I get really, really crazy when it get like that. Because loyalty is everything, and these people don't have loyalty at all no more. This ain't the
Mm-hmm.
same. They ain't cut like when you growed up. There's nothing like this no more. Everything's fairy
Mm-hmm.
tale, and I can't do fairy tale too long. And I'm like you. I
Right.
I could see past it in 5 minutes. That's my problem. Straight up. So
Right.
yeah, like I said, I got kids. We cool and everything, but when that time I get down, we don't. I don't even put that together. I tried that long time ago, 10, 15 years ago. That's not their mo. So I don't even try to throw shit on people who can't handle that, or they won't. I'm
So I just wanted you guys to hear, for those who have not heard any of the phone calls, I just wanted y'all to hear some of this is how they're talking to each other. They're having these kind of conversations every day. Every day. She goes on later on in that conversation to say, yes, so we're dating now. And he's like, yeah, we're dating. So when she was on Tasha K, one of the first things she said, and she stuck to the whole time, was they're not having an affair. They never slept together. She said she's only seen this man 5 times, and they've never done anything sexual, that they are just friends. Does that conversation sound like somebody that's just a friend? Pam, you okay with Dev talking to talking to a woman like that?
He sure can if he want to be divorced. Mhm. He's welcome.
And
You know what?
and this,
Really be like, you know what though? Honestly, her saying that I met him 3 years ago. Why are you meeting people? It's a difference. Like your spouse can have friends and all of that. My husband has friends that are females, but most of them were like, we went to high school, we lived in the neighborhood together, stuff like that. They've been in their life, they've been in his life for years, like even before me. But when you talk about I'm driving down the street and I just seen him and we exchanged numbers, that's like, and then you didn't know he was married for 2 weeks. That wasn't in it. It doesn't sound like in the intent of we're just gonna, like, you don't need no new friends in the marriage like that unless you gonna be both our friends. You ain't just gonna be like, what?
right. We come as we a package deal, right? And then
Right. Shirley should know her. Shirley, the fact that Shirley has never heard of her and that she goes to work. She said that in the interview. Shirley goes to work. So yeah, he calls me every day. Why do he gotta call you when she go to work? That's exactly what people do when they creeping and they laying it low and spreading it wide. That's exactly what they do. They wait until the other spouse goes and they leave. I mean, well, go ahead, girl. Don't get me wild up. I can't stand those.
You good. So I'm gonna read through some of my notes, and then we are gonna talk about why this was the dumbest ever. There's my words, not opinion. Okay. So first of all, like I said, she kept saying that she was not a mistress. She said she is not a mistress. She kept saying that they were not in no kind of a relationship, but again, just stupid. So coincidentally, 5 minutes into the interview, guess who calls? Ernesto. First of all, did you find it funny that he kept calling her Keisha K? He said Tasha K, y'all. He kept calling that woman Keisha K.
And she never corrected him. She never corrected him.
She never did. I guess she figured you can call me whatever you want. Just keep talking. So Ernesto calls in from jail, right? And he proceeds to have a whole conversation with Tasha K. And let me just tell y'all some of the things that were said. Said that he was being set up by Ross County Police Department. Shout out to Pam. That's why she on the thumbnail, because child, they wouldn't say Pam's name, but they was talking about Pam. She was talking about she gonna say he gonna start talking about what was on his warrant. And Tasha K was like, I don't have a warrant. I can't get a copy of the warrant. And they were like, that other blogger got it. She read it. And Sonia was like, well, we're not gonna give her no shine over here. And I read that warrant. But Pam, who else read the warrant, Pam? Who else read the warrant?
I don't know what warrant she was reading from, because that wasn't the incident report that I read. Because I was like, girl, $5,000. What are you even talking about, right? Some of that stuff, I was like, see, now I got to revisit all these documents all over again. But yes, she's like, we're not giving her no shine on the platform.
Right. We ain't going to give her no shine over here. Well, I said, look, I even wrote in my notes. I wrote, shout out to Pam. So I would make sure I remember to say it. So shout out to Pam, girl. So then... Listen, you know how people talk, and I don't even think they realize that what they're saying, how it comes out. So they were talking about, Tasha K was trying to read off his charges. So she said conspiracy. He was like, conspiracy? What conspiracy? And you know he cussed. So every other word out of his mouth was shit, mother effer this and mother effer that. He said, I don't be out here with nobody. I be by myself. I'm a loner. So in my mind, this fool, I'm like, so basically what you just said is you commit your crimes by yourself. Because he never said I didn't commit no crime. He never said I don't commit no crime.
He did not. He said,
do it by myself.
He said, I do my dirt by myself. Conspiracy. I ain't got that. What you talking about? I'm a loner. Everything I do by myself. I shouldn't have no conspiracy. Charge. That's exactly how I interpreted it too. I was like,
I said, what? I said, what is this fool talking about? So then Tasha K said, well, I'm sitting here with your mistress. Mistress? What's a mistress?
I said, do we need to break down the definition? You know, everybody like to change definitions. We flirt every now and then. We can talk every day since we met. That's just my friend. That's it. I'm like, and you know what though? When I was listening to those Dre conversations the other day, those were epic too. Those Dre, we might have to do that.
We might need to break
those down. Listening to the Dre, I noticed that Nesto is only owning up to the parts of the cause that Sonia is letting him know about. So he's basically saying, you didn't hear nothing about me sleeping with her, doing anything, everything. Yeah, I flirted. Her chest is what it is. But you said, he said so much more in conversations that he does not recall and was never told about, that the fact that because you think that's all that's out there, you're trying to make us believe it's nothing more, but it's just because you haven't been given the entire phone calls and all of the information. Even when Drake was talking to him, he didn't mention that whole phone call. He just mentioned him talking about you talking about her titties and how pretty they are and all of that. He didn't talk about how the other things that he said in that phone call and what he said in another phone call and all, like they're omitting. And so the fact that it's omitted, he wants us, in his mind, they're trying to revise history and act like that never happened. But I'm like, there's literally other phone calls that you're just not acknowledging that's out there.
Right. I mean, he talked about Kegels and keeping it tight. And I mean, listen. So Tasha asked her about the lingerie. And he asked him about the line. He was like, well, yeah, you know, she keeping my mind. That's what a friend would do. She keeping my mind off of this bull ass that I'm dealing with. I mean, she just being a good friend.
Yeah. And she over there, I'm just this
right.
friend.
And the funny thing was, Pam, they were contradicting each other because Ernesto would say something on the phone and she whispering and she's saying the total opposite of what he was saying. I said, y'all need to really get y'all story straight.
Yeah. See, I think Ernesto just thought they look at how big Tasha K's platform is. All of ours are smaller, or we're what you call up and coming YouTubers. And so because she's established and she has all of these subscribers, in his mind, his story will get out there, his side of the story, so that now it's not just one-sided. But he doesn't understand that this did not help his story. In fact, for me as a neutral person, it made me start leaning towards the other way when I heard the stuff that she said. And I'm sure you're going to get into that, but I was like, baby, this had the opposite effect of what you was trying to do. And I think, in my opinion, all she cared about was she wants to change the perception that she's the mistress. But then when she got into her history and her past of the guys she deal with, and the only thing, it's probably about 2-3 things in that interview that I agree with her and I believe, and that's that she taught the dudes that's in their 20s. I totally believe that, just based on like how she conducts herself. I can totally see that. That probably was an honest statement, but it was very few things, especially when she started giving her stories about what was in the warrants and stuff and putting it together herself and saying it wasn't from him. That was what she then came to the conclusion. And she's talked to sheriffs and she's talked to all, and everybody say the same thing. I'm like, who are you talking to?
Girl, what's up, St. James? Right. Like she really was sitting there going through. Listen, if y'all think I tell y'all I didn't go to nobody's law school, child, she really act like she was Jack, what's my man from Law and Order. I was like, you really feel like you breaking this down, and I'm listening to you, and none of what you're saying makes sense, ma'am. But and
mad. I was like, it's attorney's worst nightmare. What just happened? And you already know that you have a newer attorney. I'm not gonna give my opinion on skill or whatever, but she's still learning. She's probably still at a learning stage. And you're gonna give this to that you got. You think the prosecution won't take that dang on interview and chop that joint up and screw it how they want to? Like, you did not help yourself. It was dumb. And I get it. I'm probably not your favorite person because I'm straight no chaser. But if you're gonna talk about, the legal aspects of it, you were looking more of, let me get a bigger platform. You weren't looking at how Tasha K is. One thing about Tasha K is she don't change. She's very consistent. You kind of knew where it was going. Because I kept telling you, I was like, what? They going on there to tell their side of the story. That's not how it go. Tasha gonna dig deep and try to figure out some stuff that you didn't want to divulge, or she's gonna break it down in a whole nother way. That's what she does.
And you notice how she kept bringing up Steve Harvey. She really, to be honest with y'all, let me just tell y'all the truth. Tasha could care less about none of what they were talking about. She was trying to see if she could get them to say something bad about Steve Harvey or Shirley Strawberry, because she didn't give a damn about none of the rest of that. Listen, y'all know I'm giving Tasha K a whole lot, but baby Tasha, you deserve every ounce of wine that you drank during this interview, man.
Right.
She sat there with a straight face the whole time, and I know in her mind she was thinking, what in the entire? Because that thing was a whole shit show.
And she really thought she was breaking it down, man. She thought she was giving it to the people. She done told people to go to her YouTube channel. She about to get them clicks and them views because she recording her own phone calls, and because we only putting certain amounts out, and she gonna do. Well, I know you're purposefully recording phone calls yourself, which I think is just crazy for all different reasons. But you're purposefully doing it yourself. Do you think we don't believe that you're going to make sure that it's not like a reality? Now it's like today's reality show is how her platform is. Now, back in the day when they had real reality shows where they really were trying to catch you off guard and it wasn't edited and scripted, that's how it was with phone calls from prison. Because you had no clue. You were just off guard being who you are, thinking that at most maybe the prosecutors are the one listening and that's it. So you weren't worried about your information getting out. You weren't worried about any of that. So it was more like, it was more authentic. Now you recording it ain't authentic because everybody know that you recording it and you putting it out there on purpose. Like, who just really want to just hear Sonia and Ernesto and what they got to talk about, after Thanksgiving, just generally. No, it was the spontaneity of him just saying stuff, just really being who he was. We knew, we found out who he was on those phone calls.
Right. So we're going to get to that Misty Miss. So, I'm going through my notes and then we're just gonna kind of just open it up. So the marriage situation. Now I ain't about to get into all of the ins and the outs and the deeds because I I got information, but I'm gonna just say this, and I'll let Pam say whatever she want to say. For those who have not been following, as of right now, how do I want to say this? Detectives have determined that Ernesto may or may not be still married to more than one person at this time. Okay. We know that in this country that's not legal. So he may or may not even be legally married to Shirley Strawberry. Now, I can say that I know some things. I'm just leave it at that. But according to Sonia, Ernesto is divorced from his first wife, second wife, third wife, and that he is legally married to Shirley Strawberry. Now, Pam, I don't know if you want to take or add anything to that. Did I cover that appropriately?
That was covered appropriately. All I'm gonna say is the person that reported on the first wife, because I wasn't the originator and I'm not gonna take them props, definitely has some receipts. They had receipts, and they did not make that up on the Edith part. That was not made up. And honestly, the information that Edith gave was how I got this, how I knew what to research in order to get paperwork on other people. So that's how I don't know what she was talking about on that plan. We talked to the oldest daughter, and she said, my mama said it ain't true. She don't know how to work computers. She didn't do this. She didn't do that. Well, baby, somebody out here trying to impersonate you, and they impersonating you so good that they are able to direct people in the right places to get the documents that were necessary in order for them to make the statements and the claims that they made. I'm just going to say that.
Edith is the first wife. And I'm gonna just go. Pam ain't saying this, really be saying this. Y'all can go on over now, right now. Don't do it right now. We're gonna finish talking about here right now. But later on, y'all can mosey on over to Chronicle Speaks and just listen to her video.
Yeah, okay? She has a whole breakdown.
Chronicle Speaks has the receipt. So with that being said, girl, Sonia, go on and sit down. Go on, sit down. Okay, so that was addressed. She said, I already said that part. Now, she said that she met Ernesto driving down the street past a piece of property that she wanted to rent out to open up a club. But Ernesto had already rented it out because he was going to do his gentleman's lounge, his, upscale barber gentleman's lounge. And they started talking and they went from there. And she said that they used to talk on the phone every single day. That man called her every single day. Now, she said that they have RVs in common. Why is that important, really, B? Because in Ernesto's paperwork with his charges, maybe more than one, but I know at least one of his charges, the woman alleges that he sexually assaulted her in his RV. It probably wasn't a good idea, Sonia, to talk about how much that man loves RVs and how knowledgeable he is about RVs and how y'all have RVs in common. I just don't feel like that was a good thing to bring up. I'm just saying. I don't know.
Why do you say that, really, B? Why would you make that conclude? Why would you make that assessment, co-counsel?
Because it's in his paperwork that he allegedly committed crimes in RVs.
Oh my!
Why would you even bring that into the conversation?
Yeah, and there's also some of the paperwork that talks about one of the ladies that met him, and he was like, wasn't he transferred? I'm gonna go back over the documents again tomorrow because, baby, she started confusing me where I forgot what I read in the documents. I was like, what? What is she talking about? Wait, huh? She's calling them warrants, guys. From what I know here, like from what I do, warrants actually says warrants on the top. What I have are incident reports or investigative reports. Sometimes the investigative reports are used as a request for a warrant, but warrants are usually signed by the prosecutor. I don't have anything signed by a prosecutor, so perhaps that's what she's talking about is the incident complaint. And the actual warrant may have the same information in it. I don't know. So we may use different terms, because I'm just going to call it what it says on the top of the paper, which is an incident report or an investigative report. And like I said, it'll show that there's going to be a request for a warrant at the bottom based on all that information. But ultimately, the warrant is signed by the prosecutor, is how it works. So I'm thinking maybe she's using it interchangeably or whatever. But I think we are talking about the same doc. Well, I'm pretty sure, because of how she was, you know, some of the facts that were in there. We're talking about the same documents, and she was, you know, not referring to me, you know, because she didn't want to give me no shine.
She didn't want to give you no shine. Now I'm gonna bring this up, and then I'm gonna talk about what Tasha K's theory is, because I ain't about to sit here and go through. She went through every charge and explain why he ain't guilty, and I ain't about to do that. But I am going to talk about this one. You guys know that probably one of the most
Wait. So when she talks about, just real quick, the financial crimes, the fact that she said that should be civil, I don't even understand that whole mind frame of saying that should be civil, as if things are not both criminal and civil at the same time. We see it all the time. We see it all the time where people are charged criminally and civilly. And in the case talking about, that's a civil matter, he didn't pay rent. That's why I'm saying we got to go over them documents to see all the information.
Oh, you know what? Okay, you're right. I am going to talk about that. So she was, because, and again, Pam, correct me if I'm wrong, because like you said, my memory, it's been so many documents with this case, my memory might be a little foggy. So y'all know, from my best recollection, all of this shit popped off because Ernesto had rented some property, but paying his rent. The landlord was a little suspicious, went into the property looking for him or whatever, saw that the property was being rented, but there really was no furniture there. But there was like cars in the driveway. But she neglected to mention that one of the cars in the driveway was a freaking ambulance. Am I correct?
No, she did. I think she did mention some of the cars in the driveway.
She got ambulances floating around.
She said she did mention the ambulance, because I believe she said because he was going to turn it into something or whatever. So she did mention that. But my thing was she omitted the real reason why it was considered theft by deception or whatever the charge was. It didn't have nothing to do with you just being 3 months behind on rent. There was so much information in that incident report that you just purposefully skipped every damn line, or you really just get tired real quick with reading after the first 3 sentences, because I don't understand how you came to the conclusion, oh, that's a civil matter because blah, blah, blah. Like, I ain't no Nesto fan, but dude, you need to get some people on your team that really know what they talking about, or you will be doing time, whether it's corruption. And honestly, them talking about Roswell Police Department, baby, I don't know, not one police department that hasn't had one type of scandal. I haven't seen almost any county where they haven't had some issues with a prosecutor that has done things. Why do you think wrongful convictions and these people getting overturned doing 20 and 30 years, where do you think that come from? That's in every state. They have conviction integrity units now just to try to help people from the corruption in police departments. So you just saying Roswell is known for corruption. Well, damn, join the list of a lot of these police stations in the United States of America. If they didn't do it, I wouldn't do what I do.
Right. Because so what happened was, as a result of the police being, the landlord calling the police, when the police came out, they found, like Pam said, child, it was so much stuff. They found a plethora of information, which basically were the breadcrumbs to the trail that led to the bigger things. Did I say that correctly? Is that pretty accurate, Pam?
Yeah. Okay. Well, they were able to use it. And see what happens when you get a warrant and they authorize a warrant. It does authorize you to get certain things. And then once they get that certain, whatever they got authorized, a phone or whatever it is, then they might find something in there where, again, it might have been text messages where people were saying, he stole from me, Negro, when you give me my money back, or whatever they were saying. So then they probably did contact them, and then that gave them more probable cause to authorize another warrant. And then they, that's how it goes. It's probably multiple warrants in this case. Warrants, they'll show you exactly what they're able to get to, like on the warrants for, not for arrest, but just for you to do a search. like a search warrant. It'll tell you exactly what they believe, what type of crime they believe is happening. So one thing leads to another thing leads to another thing. It's just a domino effect. So why I do believe, you know, some of the stuff I'm like, but with her talking, she got me leaning in a whole nother direction than what I was leaning before. I don't think it helped them personally, but go ahead.
I don't think it helped them at all. But this one is the one that did it for me, y'all. And I'm really not being insensitive about, because what I'm going to talk about is sensitive, but what she said was ridiculous. So y'all know that one of the most salacious charges, which is really what got everybody interested in this case, is that Ernesto is being charged with being in possession of child porn. Are y'all ready to hear this about what she said about how it happened? She said Ernesto is not very tech savvy, right? And that he bought an old computer from somebody. And when the police seized his computer, that was stuff that was on the computer already that didn't belong to him, because he didn't know how to clean the computer and clean that stuff off the computer because he's not computer savvy. Pam, I was done after that. I probably really could have just clicked off after that.
But where did she get that from? As a person, where do you just first of all, you're making it like he's not talking about his cases at all. So, you know, like, I mean, she may go visit him, so maybe he's telling her this and you know, in person. So that she hasn't said that. She kept saying, this is me. This is what I've come to the conclusion. Where did you get that from? Like, this is an old computer and blah. If that's the case, the smart thing would have been, I wouldn't even talked about that at all. Like, that wouldn't have been, even if I wouldn't have went on there, of course, generally, but I definitely wouldn't have talked about that, because that right there was almost an admission that it's on there and you own the damn computer. You get what I'm saying? Like, you act like,
yeah.
Cause how do you, like, what are you talking about? I would have been like, I don't even know what they talking about. They put that on my computer, if anything, because it would have been on my damn computer. Like, okay, but you're saying it, you're almost acknowledging that it was on the computer that you own.
Right.
You're just trying to say you didn't put it on there, or you didn't have knowledge it was on there. Ignorance is not a defense to a whole lot of this. A lot of people say they don't know. That is like the first thing. This dude has a history of being in this legal system, and he is acting like he don't know ish, and it's irritating at this point.
Well, she got a criminal. Listen, she got a criminal. We about to get to her criminal history in a second. So this was the part when I was cracking up at Tasha. Now, again, y'all know I give Tasha a hard time, but baby, tonight I fell for her. So she gonna say, well, you know what they trying to do, Tasha? They're trying to get him a RICO charge. Baby, Tasha looked at her and was like, but a RICO charge means that there's a criminal organization. She was like, no, he was by himself. What? Like, Tasha's face was like, what? I felt like she was trying to say they were piling on these charges to try to get him a RICO. That's not how a RICO works. A RICO doesn't work just because you got a bunch of charges. Now they can give you a RICO charge. That's not what it is. She's like, you know how Georgia love their RICO charges. Girl, that is not how this works. Tasha was like, and the look that Tasha gave her was like,
by the time it was over, Tasha was like, y'all know what's up. Y'all know what's up. I said, well, dang, Tasha.
Wait a minute. Hold on, let me rewind a little bit. Because we almost at the end of this. Let me rewind a little bit. So when she first started talking, she said, yeah, when me and Ernesto, we first became cool, I was in the hospital. Tasha said, oh, you in the hospital for? She said, oh, from a gunshot wound. Tasha said, you got shot? She said, oh, no, I got shot. She said, no, I got shot back in like 97 or 96, whatever. She said, it was a complication from my gunshot wound. Tasha said, okay, but I'm sorry to hear that. She said, how'd you get shot? She said, oh, in my house. She said, okay, but what happened in your house? She said, my ex-boyfriend did it. Oh, dang. She said, that's messed up. And you know, Tasha done went on a whole nother level. Here go Tasha. Well, what happened to him? Where's he? She said, he's
No,
he's dead.
to ask, why would he want to? It sounded like he was trying to unalive you. Why would he?
And that's what she said. She said, yeah, he got charged with attempted blah, blah, blah. Here go Tasha. Well, where is he now? She said, he dead. Tasha was like, what? She said,
right.
What?
When I tell you, yeah, that part threw me for it. I wasn't ready for that part. I said, where we going with this?
Right.
I mean,
she said, what happened? The girl, Sonia said, he got killed. And then the first thing that popped in my mind was, girl, so you got shot and then he turned up dead. I lied. And I feel like that's where Tasha was going too. Because that's show where my mind was going. My mind was showing up going. I was like, wait a minute, whoa, you got shot. She said, well, yeah, somebody that he had already tried to shoot. So this lets you know from the beginning of the interview that this girl got a pass, right? So fast forward to the end. Like I said, I ain't about to go through because she went through Ernesto's whole rap sheet trying to explain everything away. So we get to the end, and Tasha said, you know what I think?
Right. And she said it with straight face. She was so, when I say Tasha said that with no, she ain't smart.
If I tell y'all that I ain't never in my life agreed with Tasha K or nothing like I agree with her tonight, I'm telling y'all now, y'all better write this down because y'all might not ever hear it again.
Shout out to Tasha K. Shout out to Tasha K. Did her thing today.
So Tasha K said, you know what I think? And she leaned back and everything because I know she was over it at this point. She leaned back. She said, you know what I think? She said, I think that Ernesto was running a very complicated criminal enterprise where he was getting these young women to work for him, run these schemes. And I think you part of it.
She did. She said, wait, what? And she said, this is more like a Tinder swindler thing. This sounds like a Tinder swindler. Said, you never heard of Tinder swindler? I was like,
baby, she wasn't ready for that. She said, what? She said, She said, well, and that's when her own words came back and bit her in the ass because Tasha, she was saying, well, what you trying to say? She said, well, that other lady is just a teacher. And she was trying to make these other, and that's the other reason why you know that her Ernesto got something going on. Because you heard the way she talked down on all them other women that was
she
that
sure
was a part
did.
of it.
She
talked down like all them other women wasn't shit. She said, well, she's just a teacher. And that woman, she lied. And this woman, this and this woman, that. Here go Tasha. But you a crook. You a criminal. You got a criminal past.
Y'all, gone over there. It'll be worth your $12. Gone over there and go watch.
It's worth it. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Tasha said, $12. Go over there and give Tasha K her $12.
That thing took me out. Tasha said, but you been to jail, right? And she couldn't say nothing. She said, you been to jail for fraud? She said, no, I ain't go to jail for fraud. She said, you ain't go to, and this how you knew Tasha had looked this woman up.
Tasha that background on her.
Sure did. She said, you ain't go to jail for insurance fraud? She said, okay, so my boyfriend reported my car stolen, and then he hit it. She said, my boyfriend was a crook. Girl, you have charges of insurance fraud, which is right up Ernesto's alley as far as what he being charged with. Baby, when Tasha K leaned back in that chair and said, you know what I think? And when I said, oh, she got you. I said, oh, she got you right now. That you look, when I talked to Pam said, she said, listen to what Tasha come up with earlier. She said, listen to what Tasha say she thinking. She said, you listen to Tasha's theory. Baby, when I heard Tasha's theory, I said, oh, I think she on to something. I know. It's two things I'm gonna tell y'all that I might not ever say again. Number one, baby Tasha, you earn your money tonight. Okay, you earn whatever you made off that, you earned it tonight. And number two, y'all going to give Tasha $12. It's worth it. Just do 1 month and cancel it. Just do the 1 month and cancel it. But I'm telling y'all, that interview tonight, baby.
And y'all ain't never heard me say that. But yeah, usually people will give me the cliff notes and then I say, okay, tell me what happened or whatever. I said, you know what, Tasha, let me go on. Let me mosey on over here and see what this is about, because my name have been thrown up a few times, so I just wanted to see what the subliminals was gonna be. So I said, let me go over here and check this out, and it was worth every moment. That hour and a half went by really fast. It wasn't, it didn't feel like, what, dang, hurry up. It wasn't one of those interviews. Yeah, that was
that first 20 minutes were Ernesto alone, with Ernesto, and they calling her Keisha K. Baby, that thing took me out every time he said it. Every time he called her Keisha K, that shit took me out.
And wait a minute, but then the crazy part too is, every other word he just cusses. Every other word, he's just so free. You can't. He tries to, and he talks so circular. You got to pay real close attention to even try to pick up what he's putting down, because he just, I don't know. He's all over the place. Like his. You don't have to. I know some of the richest people don't have degrees and all of that, so I'm not saying that. But he is so unlearned, and it just comes out in his just basic conversations. You have to pay attention so intently. But then it's a bunch of bullcrap, some of the stuff. He tries to purposefully confuse you, in my opinion. So it's like, yeah, because, with the what's the name, that's how it happened. Yeah, that's how that happened like that. You understand? No, I don't actually. What the hell are you saying?
Listen, I understand that Ernesto was all over the place, but he said, I ain't got shit to do with you and Steve Harvey. I ain't got nothing to do with that. But again, Tasha kept going back to Steve Harvey. She kept going back. She really was, honestly, she was really just trying to get them to say something about Steve Harvey. Now, to his credit, he ain't go down that road, and neither did she. But baby, the rest of it, you did not do.
She had a road to go down. I don't think she had the road to go down, because she did. Now, somebody in the chat said she was like, she got some, I guess, allegedly, Sonia said, it was up further a while ago, and I meant to address it. I guess allegedly Sonia said she got proof that she's been by Shirley or in the same room as Shirley or something with Shirley. But you just said on the interview she don't know you. So heck, I've been in the room with Shirley. She don't know who the hell I am. I've been in the room with Steve. He don't know who I am. Where you think he used to get all them gators from? Right here in Detroit. Out there, but he wouldn't know who I am if you talk about who is Pam. So I don't know. This was a mess. I don't understand what was the purpose. Maybe her point was to build up her platform, and then maybe she'd get on her own platform and try to defend them. I don't know what the end game is, but hopefully they have one, because this was a hot mess. But you know what, Sonia, you all right with me. If you want to come on my platform, we can discuss all this.
Right. Go on up, Sonia, girl, go on over Pam's house.
I'm very respectable. I'll get down to the nitty gritty. I'll tell you what you need. I don't even try to get into who's sleeping with who and how they doing it and which way and where you made up. I don't even try to I talk about that offline with Really Be. Like we gossip about that offline. Right. I don't do that online. I try to really do the legal perspective. I do the legal perspective online. I give my personal perspective offline. But I do online. I try to stay unbiased as much as I can. I'm always giving you the alternative theories. I'm always trying to. But now we heard his side of what she's saying is his side of the story. He better do better than that. That's the free advice I'm gonna give. If that's his side of the story, he better do better than that, than what we heard today.
Child. Oh, okay. You want me to tap? Okay, Sonia, come on over to Pam's house. Listen, Pam will be very respectable. We're gonna stick to the legal. You got to understand. Listen, you done broke down the charges. We just want to hear the legal perspective. Go on over to Pam's house and give us the legal perspective.
Yeah, and I won't call you a mistress or anything. I call you his friend. Nope. I'll call you his friend.
We'll use your words.
I won't pull up none of the phone calls that's contradicting what you said. I just really want to go through, I just really want to make sure maybe you don't understand what's in the, because you can't help somebody if you don't know the full picture. And it felt like to me, you didn't really know the full picture by the information you were given. Now, somehow she was connecting some of these people. So I'm going to have to look at the documents on the alleged person that said that she was RA'd by him and connecting them. And I think I know who she's talking about within the document.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I know who she's talking about. That's the person that when the teacher said her car got stolen, and the grandmother or somebody was driving the lady's car, and she said her granddaughter is the one that let her drive the car, but her granddaughter was like in Dubai or something. She was someplace like out the country. And so that sounds like, right. So that sounds like that might be the person you're talking about, because she said Ernesto gave it to her. So that would be the person you're talking about. If that's the same person, that would be and she's within the document. But this sounds like a whole different person than the young person. This person was alleging they were young when this occurred, like, because they're getting them for allegedly furnishing her alcohol because she was under 21. So that's not connecting with the stuff I have. I said, she got me having to look at all these documents all over again, because I'm like, it's been a couple of months. So we might have to revisit this again.
Yeah. So you going like tomorrow to talk about this thing?
Yep, that's my intent. You know, I don't never promise to do nothing, because then I mess around and somebody call me talking about their grandson in jail or something, and then I'll be like, I can't do it today, sorry. But that's my intent. I don't try not to make promises, because I like to be the woman of my word. But that is definitely my intent to go live and talk about it tomorrow.
And also, you guys. So first of all, if you guys are not subscribed to Pam Esquire, the Law Intellect, make sure you guys are subscribed. And if you guys are over here from Pam's channel, thank you for coming over. Please hit the like button and subscribe. Pam is going to go live tomorrow and give y'all the legal breakdown, so that she going to compare what was said, so she has in front of her an illegal documentation. The other day, you guys may want to check her community wall. There was an update with Bishop Whitehead, the second robber.
We was fighting him last weekend. Really, B. Don't bring him up, not now, no more.
No, I was just telling him. Okay, never mind. I was just check a community wall. All I'm saying is on the community wall. Never mind. Don't say no. We done.
You know, we started talking about him, baby. Did y'all know?
Oh, you know what? You're right. No, you're right. You're right.
Listen intently. Wow. Yeah, it's been a lot with him. I tried to, because he just seems like he likes that attention. And even though it's really, I know my people want to know the information, I just don't even like him getting the attention, because it just seems like, nah, you're just trying to get it wherever you can get it. And I just don't want to be the person to give it to you. That's kind of like how I am. But baby, some of them documents, like I done shared with you, I'm like, oh, it would be a whole kiki. His beefing he having with Ponder is like, whoa. It's like, whoa.
Yeah, they fight like women.
Right. That's daddy
women.
And he was like the attorneys of all attorneys when all of this stuff happened. He was that guy. He's the best one.
He was the best attorney in the world.
What?
Until he what? Yeah, I know I said I was going to drop the link, but it is late, and I didn't know we were going to have our special guest, Pam. So you guys got the legal insight. Y'all join Pam tomorrow over on her channel, and we'll probably do an open panel before the weekend is over. Because the way this celebrity news has been rolling out, who knows what's gonna pop over this weekend, child. So we'll probably have an open panel before the weekend is over, and you guys can share what y'all want to share. But baby, it is after midnight, and I have things I have to do tomorrow. I got some running around to do tomorrow, so I have to get up. But Pam, is her intent, like she said, she can't make no promises, because she is she does have a family, and she is a working attorney, and shit happens. She might get that phone call, and she might have to handle put on her cape and her Wonder Woman outfit and go handle some business. Okay.
Listen, and cross country to pay for our lunch tomorrow, so I'm gonna have to take Dev out for his birthday lunch. We got some things.
You better take my brother out. Look, did you hear what I said? I said all he gonna do is spend it on his daughter anyway.
That is the truth. That is absolutely the truth.
All he gonna do is take that birthday money and go buy her something.
Yep, he at work right now, still like, I gotta help really be out. I gotta make sure ain't nobody tripping in the chat.
I know that's right. I know that's right. Thank you, Dev. Thank you, brother Dev, for having my back. I might be coming. I have to talk to you offline. I might be coming your way during the holidays, but I so you're not gonna be there. You said you're not gonna be there.
I am gonna be here. We just decided to stay.
Okay, well, I'll let you know. Child, we'll talk. I'll talk offline. I may be coming your way at some point during the holiday season. So y'all I might see Pam in person. I might see Pam in person. Ooh, Pam, if I come that way, we can have a Hallmark movie night.
That would be so dope. I know Dev would. Dev might say,
love the Hallmark movies like I do, and Dev done threatened us. He not in here no more, brother Dev. If you in here, baby, I might be coming your way, brother Dev. Just said, come on. He done threatened us. He done threatened us, Pam. Look at my niece. You see my niece and drop down to some Yankee comedy.
Hey, Janae, you got a big TV over there?
She does. She does. Child. Okay. Well, y'all, let me get out of here. Thank you, Pam, for coming on. I appreciate you, my love.
Of course.
And y'all make sure y'all head on over to Pam's tomorrow so we can get this good legal breakdown. See, this is the silly, the funny over here. Y'all know I'm a jokey joke over here. Pam gonna connect all the dots for y'all tomorrow legally. She's gonna connect the legal dots for y'all tomorrow, okay? And then you know what? I am gonna we all gonna have to break down these Dre calls because Dre got in Ernesto's ass, honey.
Man, we got to do a panel with that because them calls they were hilarious. Okay,
hilarious. She's talking about something that doesn't have Hallmark.
Tonight, that's what we doing. Sounded like my husband. No, don't nobody want to turn on Hallmark at anybody else's houses.
He sure did. Wait till the next time I'm talking to you and he there. I'm gonna say, Deb, I'm coming up there and we won't have our Hallmark movie night. You promised us a Hallmark movie night. Deb's gonna threaten y'all. Deb threatened us talking about some. He's talking about some really big. Come on and get it. Y'all go ahead and watch our Hallmark movies. Me and my daughter.
Anyway, you know he don't want it in this house, so we gonna have to. He gonna send me away. I'm like, well, we gonna go watch that then.
He's talking about something. Me and my daughter can have some time. You and your daughter. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, it's a mess. Deb and Deb and his daughter. You want to talk about a daddy's girl, a girl dad, baby?
I feel like
I feel sorry for.
I feel like the third wheel. I say it all the time. All the time. I literally feel like the third wheel. Like they love each other. Like love. Really, damn. That's what we do. Ain't you at work? Huh? You do whatever you want to do when you supervise, huh? You just do what you want to do.
Damn, I might be coming that way, damn. I might be coming that way during the holiday. So you gotta hook us up with a Hallmark movie night. We want hot chocolate. We want nice warm blankets on the couch.
He's talking about I don't care, please do so I don't have to.
He is terrible.
That's not nice. That's not nice.
You know, let me get off here. I'm being silly. I'm being so silly now. Now y'all know how to come. This how me and Pam be on the phone. It's silly how we be on the phone. And y'all know Pam I love Pam's laugh. Her laugh is hilarious.
You know, it's an acquired taste. I know. It's cool. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. I'll talk to you later.
All right. And thank y'all. I'm about to be out too. Thank you for the super chat earlier. Thank you for all of the memberships that you guys gifted today. Again, remember on Sunday when we go live, we will pull the first name for the 12 days of Christmas. And you guys have a great and safe weekend. If you're in an area where it's cold, y'all bundle up and be warm. And I will talk to y'all later. Mwah. Peace.